Hi guys, Jill here, and we are on part 2 of my envelope mini book, and I will apologize in advance if I go off frame. I am working with my Scotch Mega Glue Stick and we're doing the cover, and I just don't want this to dry on me, so I'm going to try to keep as much in frame as I can. So here is what I decided for the cover, like I had shown you. And I'm going to have this book tall, so this will be the bottom, because I really wanted to include this door image. I just think it is so cool. And so I already did this cover, and I'm going to show you the back page, which is the other half, how I do that. And so like I said, you know, this is the bottom, this is the top. I'm going to use the Always Laugh brad up top here. So I haven't put the inside cover on yet, but what I do is I like to wrap the covers, kind of like traditional bookbinding. And so here are the envelopes as of now. And again, I'm sorry that some of it's off frame, but these are the patterns that I chose in that order. So when I determined the size of my cover, I wanted, let me flip that over. The bottom is going to butt up, and I'm going to use my Bind It All. But I wanted 1/4 inch on each side of the envelopes, and about 1/2 inch at the top, just if I have a tag sticking out or something like that. And then here's the way that looks. So I cut this to accommodate the envelopes that I showed you how to make. Obviously use what you have or go with different measurements. But what I did was, this is 4 3/4 inches across and 10 inches tall. I did 2 of those out of medium weight chipboard. So, love how the cover turned out. And I'm going to use this paper for the inside, and it's actually going to go like that, I'm thinking. So yeah, I think that way, because when you open the book, you're going to read that. Okay, so that's the paper that I'm going to use for the inside. So at this point, I've used one of each of the sheets in the pack, which there's 2 each of 9 sheets. And once again, I'm working with the Welcome Home Bo Bunny collection. It just came out at CHA. Okay, so when I determine the cover, I kind of eyeball it, but I leave a gap here, and this is probably about 1/2 inch, not even quite on the top and the bottom, but I like to leave a gap around the entire piece. Then I'm going to come in with my glue stick, and let me move this out of the way. There we go. And on this one, I'm going to put it on the chipboard itself, and you can put it on the paper too. I just find it doesn't soak in as fast with the chipboard. And this is where I'm really going to go off screen, sorry. Try to keep. But I just rub it on, get a nice thick coat, and then I do the edges last. Okay, because that's where I want the biggest amount of adhesion. Okay, then I bring my piece of paper over, and I'm going to do this so that you can see mostly the top of it. And again, I approximately center it. This one, it doesn't matter. I didn't show you on the other one because it was, you know, a matter of lining up that door. Then I come in with my bone folder, and I just crease it in both directions. And I showed you in the last video, this is my old beat up bone folder. Look at it. It's all curved from use and worn down. I have a newer version of it. And look how nice. But I just, you know, always reach for this one. Okay, so that's going to be the bottom with that beautiful swirl. And then what I'm going to do is clip off the corners. Now some people just clip it like that. I tend to do it a little bit differently, just in case I want a little bit of overlap. Now you never want to cut right up to that corner, because then you'll have that corner chipboard showing through. So I cut up to like an 1/8 or 1/16 of an inch away from it, and then I cut out a little bit. And I do that on all 4 corners. And you know, sometimes you get a little excess, you just can cut it off or sand it off, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, so now we're just going to do the edges. And I don't know if I told you guys this, but I'm pretty excited because I can use my resume as scrap paper, because my resume is going to change now because I just got a job. I start on the 29th. So I was really excited about that. It was the first choice job, and I did a few interviews with them, and I just finished all my pre-employment stuff, like the drug test, background check, all that fun stuff. So I'm excited about that, but now I have extra resumes because they're going to change. So I'm using my resume in the backdrop here, and then I run just some of the glue stick along here, and again, you use what you're comfortable with. And I hope you can see what I do is I push it down and then pull it towards me. I come over this side with the bone folder, and then I come over the little edge with the bone folder. I find that that causes, if you don't do that, you get like a rounded edge right here, but by running your bone folder along there and kind of tapping it, you get a really nice tight edge there. And I used to do this with bookbinding glue, and you use the foam brush, and it's more time consuming. I find that this glue stick has really been sticking well, so I've totally transferred over to it. So once again, and this side's a little easier because I have a flat edge already. And then we're going to push that down. And I forgot to run over it on this edge, but I just do. Again, it pushes out any bubbles that there may be. And then there. Okay. So now we have this side. I know it's repetitive, but okay. Gotta come up close there, sorry. And again, so see how those edges, they almost overlap now at this point? I prefer that to them having to kind of squeak around the corner. If I just cut straight across, I like that one is a little bit longer. And everyone has their preference, but that is mine. Okay. And we got our last piece here. And I'm nowhere near in screen. I know this, sorry. Okay. There's that edge. And rub it all down. And guys, I'm really aggressive with this. I don't know. I think you can probably hear. But I am really pushing. Okay. Okay, so there's my back cover. Let me stand up a second. Okay. Now I'm just going to put the inside covers in. And all I do with those is decide where I want it and how much of an edge I want showing, and measure that. So I'm not going to torture you guys with that part, because now this edge, this is just one straight piece that I'm putting over all of that to hide all the ugliness, and I'm using my glue stick again. Okay, so I will be back with more on this, and with the cover, just remember, before you add that piece of paper, add your bread, because you want to hide the back of your bread with that paper. Okay, so there you have it. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.